Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the San Francisco 49ers. Niners fans, I hope you guys are enjoying Victory Monday. Unfortunately, the NFL media, they're already chirping. Man, we had it all last week. The San Francisco 49ers, they have the 31st easiest schedule in the NFL. Brock Purdy hasn't played a top 10 defense. They haven't played a 10-win team. Yada, yada, yada. And what happened? The San Francisco 49ers, they won the football game. And the Dallas Cowboys were a top 5 defense. And they also were a top 5 offense. They forced Dak Prescott, Mr. Turnover, to 2 interceptions. They held Ezekiel Elliott to just 26 yards rushing the football. That's 2.6 yards per carry on 10 carries. And I was reading an article, which is the reason I'm making this video today. And it was, once again, for the 3rd straight week, saw it last week against Dallas, saw it the week before against Seattle. What's the Niners' biggest weakness? The answer is always Brock Purdy. I find it fascinating. But before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Guys, if we could get 500 likes on today's video, that would be absolutely awesome. We're going for the stars today. We're shooting high. 500 likes would be awesome, but I post daily NFL content along with, I'm kind of posting Niners content every single day at this point. This Niners team is so fascinating to me. Obviously the storyline is Mr. 7th round pick, 3rd stringer, rookie Brock Purdy has not lost a single game as the starter. San Francisco has not lost a game in the longest time. It's being led by their number 1 ranked defense and all these superstar studs on the offensive side. Now, CMC, dealing with a little bit of injuries, he's going to be good to go for Sunday against Philadelphia. And this is the biggest critique on this football team is, okay, for some reason it doesn't, for some reason let's not give San Francisco credit for taking down, once again, a top 5 defense in the Dallas Cowboys. Let's not give credit to Mr. Brock Purdy, who has done more than enough. Apparently he's already solidified a starting role next year for San Francisco. The biggest question is, can he win on the road? Can he win on the road? Well, I've talked about it time and time again, and I know Seattle was taken down by San Francisco on Wild Card Weekend, and I know that Seattle was, they have a really solid defense, but I know they've been dealing with some injuries. The same storyline was going on the week before they played Seattle on the road near the end of the season, and it was, can he win against good defenses on the road? And just once again, after that victory, the credit's not being given to him. It's just not being given to him. And I find it so fascinating. And I will say this. This is exactly the NFC Championship I wanted. As a football fan, as a Green Bay Packer fan, this is exactly what I want. I want the best 4 teams. I want the best 2 teams in each conference to play each other to head into the Super Bowl. And that's exactly what we're getting with Cincinnati versus Kansas City, and especially with San Francisco, Philadelphia. It's a popular prediction. This is going to be a phenomenal football game. Now, Brock Purdy. Let's talk about Brock, because although the 330-plus yards of total offense and 3 throwing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown, so 4 total combined touchdowns, because apparently that wasn't enough against Seattle. This past weekend, or yesterday, I should say last night, less than 24 hours ago actually, against the Dallas Cowboys, he took them down, man. 19-29, 214 total yards, 87.4 rating. I loved what I saw from Brock Purdy. Yes, there were some plays where guys really stepped up, specifically that George Kittle, where the ball is just bobbling around, the perfect timing, he catches it, the safety misses the tackle, it's just a second late. Yes, you have guys like Elijah Mitchell, CMC, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, who's so underrated, it's actually not even funny at this point. You have playmakers on the offensive side, and you also have a great offensive line, and you also have the most genius offensive guy in the NFL in Kyle Shanahan. I don't have any reason to doubt Mr. Brock Purdy. I really don't. I saw the over-under for this game, and I disagreed with it. I think this is going to be a very similar game to Philadelphia. Keep in mind, actually, that San Francisco, in Wild Card Weekend, they were losing. It was 17-16, but they were losing at halftime to the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think there was, and I don't want to speak for every Niner fan, but for me specifically, there was no panic in the air. San Francisco, in general, D'Amico Ryans is a genius. We all know this. He's an absolute genius. Kyle Shanahan, he's a genius. We know this. They have, to me, by far the best coaching staff in the National Football League. Their second half adjustments are unbelievable, specifically on the defensive side. Dallas had no touchdowns in the second half. Seattle, they had that last-minute garbage time touchdown, DK and Geno Smith. But it was a complete and utter domination in Wild Card Weekend in the second half against Seattle. So even if this team was losing, and keep in mind, although San Francisco was winning 9-6 yesterday after the first half, without that interception by Fred Warner, led by Jimmy Ward, it could very easily have been flipped. And still at that point, even though the Niners had not yet scored a touchdown, there's still, to me personally, no panic in the air because the adjustments they make is unbelievable. Now, Philadelphia has a phenomenal defense. And I know Dallas had a really good defense as well, but I would 100% classify Philadelphia as a better defense than San Francisco. And so, at the end of the day, what does it come down to on offense? The same thing. Run the football. Right? They didn't do a phenomenal job running the football against Dallas, but they did enough. 32 carries, about 115 yards. It's a little over 3.5 yards per carry. And then you had that CMC touchdown that was huge to start off the fourth quarter. So continue to run the football. Continue to give the ball to your playmakers. George Kittle with a phenomenal game, 5 catches, 95 yards. I fully anticipate we're going to see more Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk in the offense. Deebo Samuel, 4 receptions, 45 yards. Brandon Ayuk, just 2 catches for 26 yards. I think we're going to see so much more Deebo and Brandon Ayuk. Now, we did see a couple of carries to Deebo Samuel. He's still kind of working his way back, but I would imagine he's ready. I mean, he is ready to go, right? That's just a given. He's ready to go. But it comes down to Brock Purdy not forcing anything, taking the game as it comes, continuing to make the adjustments, making the throws when you need to make the throws, but limiting mistakes. To me, that's the bottom line. And San Francisco, they technically had that one turnover, and it was the Ray McLeod fumble on the punt return. And we talked about it last night. I don't know why you're catching balls above your shoulder on punt returns, but the offense had no turnovers. Brock Purdy didn't throw an interception, and Brock Purdy has done that all season long. In the regular season, he threw 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He had a top 5 QBR across the league. I know it was a limited sample size, but still the point is he doesn't make many mistakes. He just doesn't make many mistakes. He's not forcing balls. He's not trying to be the hero. You don't have to be the hero when you have this talented of an offense and this talented of a defense, but that's still kind of limiting Brock Purdy's respect. He is doing everything he needs to do and more. And so I have no reason to believe, although Philadelphia is a great team, it's like the big thing is this. Outside of Brock Purdy, it's strength of schedule. And it just doesn't make sense to me because it's the National Football League and every team is good. Any given week, anybody can beat anybody. We saw it at the end of the season with the Houston Texans, right? Technically, the worst team was the Chicago Bears, but we still saw glimpses of them. Anybody can beat anybody. And if you're going to use the strength of schedule argument where San Francisco came in 31st, the Philadelphia Eagles were dead last in 32nd. So that argument to me, it doesn't even hold any ground because it just doesn't make sense. So, and I'm saying this to you as a Packers fan, I don't get the disrespect Brock Purdy specifically is getting, but more importantly, the San Francisco team. Their defense is ranked first in the league for a good reason. There are so many threats on this defense, and you see it week to week. They're going to make their second half adjustments, but they're going to limit you in the first half in general. They have so many guys who can come in, rotate, they're going to stay fresh, and guys are just going to make plays. They're going to force turnovers. So I don't get this disrespect, and I really thought after that Dallas win that it was going to be kiboshed, and that's not happened at all. So they're the underdogs, technically. They have a chip on their shoulder, and I love it. I think San Francisco is built for this, and I think they're ready for this moment. I think most Niners fans would agree with me. So hit that like button, hit that sub button, and most importantly, drop some comments down below. What do you think about this Niners-Eagles game? That's it from me. Peace.